Jodha Akbar.
Father, wait!
I have no regrets when it comes to arresting you, and you should not regret it either. All your children are culprits! And are you not our mayor's king? Your high position calls for severe punishment. Until we have made a final decision, your children will be under house arrest. And so you will be taken into custody as well.
No! This is injustice!
Keep quiet, you silly girl!
No! That was a terrifying dream. Listen. I am going to need your help, sir. Since I'm not able to go out there, will you tell me where my father is? He is King Barmal. I was wondering if there's any news of him.
I am really sorry, my queen, but you are under house arrest, which means that I can't give you any news without first having the king's permission.
Fine then. But you can at least tell me whether he is fine or not. Do you have any idea how worried I am?
You'll have to excuse me, my queen, since I am helpless. I can't give you news about this.
What do I do? I have no idea what is going on with my father. And I really wonder how the king is now treating my poor father.
I wonder why we've been called here.
It was Queen Rukaya's order. I think that Queen Rukaya has become suspicious. That instead of getting a silver hookah, you asked for a golden one.
Is that so? But it's also possible that we have all been called here for your mistakes. I must say, these days you argue a lot. She is the only one who knows why we have all been called here. For now we have to think of her delicate condition, since she has just lost her child. So of course she won't be thinking straight. Well, it's not the first time. Queen Rukaya has experienced this grief many times before.
Salam, Mother. I'm sure you must know the reason why Queen Rukaya has called all of us over here.
It is because of them that I've been called over here. In the end, she is senior queen. The king shows me respect by calling me his mother.
What's going on over here? Please just tell us, why have we all been called here?
If she has called all of us over here, it must be for a special reason. You will hear when she comes here. So wait patiently.
She does not know what's going on. However, she still behaves as though she has all of the answers, when in fact she doesn't at all.
Salam alaikum,
Queen.
Wa alaikum salam.
I'm sure that all of you are aware that I have lost my child. The Mughal Empire has lost its heir too. Queen Jordah and her brothers are under house arrest. They are under suspicion. They are the culprits. However, that does not mean that everyone else is now cleared of suspicion. And I will not believe anything until I have strong evidence, as well as a witness. So every person in this place is under suspicion, as well as all the residents. Minaz, you. Ruksar, you. And Nazima, you as well. Even you, Hoshiar. And Risham too.
Then it means even I am under suspicion.
As I said just now. And until I am not completely sure of this, every one single person will be under suspicion. But I have not called all of you over here for that. In fact, I have called you here to warn you that there is one culprit, the rest are innocent. And so I am going to give all of you a chance to prove your innocence to me. Now, in the next 10 days, while the king will be busy investigating, I want all of you to be very alert of what is going on here. All of the smallest details, as well as the smallest pieces of evidence, are important.
Well, Queen Ruqayya, the women are my responsibility, so I ask you to give me the responsibility of finding the culprit behind this. I have raised the King of Kings as my own child, and right now my poor child has just lost his child, which is why I will be pleased if I could catch the culprit, Queen Ruqayya. And as it is, you have already been through a lot. You have to think of your health, you have to take care of yourself, and I will take care of the rest.
Well, it makes no difference to me whether it's you who do it or someone else. The only thing that I want is for the real culprit to be caught.
Know that I'm not going to leave any stones unturned, which means that every room and every belonging will be searched through. And so I also ask all of you not to interfere in the work I'm going to be doing. If Queen Jordah is proven to be innocent, then it is important to know who the killer is. Does everyone understand? It's important to know who the killer is. If there is anyone you doubt, tell me immediately.
Will you please present the next appealer to me?
The next appealer can come here and present himself.
Salam alaikum, King of Kings.
Who are you and why are you crying?
King of Kings, my birth name is Data, and I've come to see you because I've been treated unjustly.
Then I will give you your justice. So tell me what your appeal
I've
is.
come to you because my son has been killed. It really hurts me because he was my only son, King of Kings.
Queen Ruqayya's had a miscarriage.
I can understand the pain you are feeling. I want you to tell me in detail who killed your son and why they did it. If I find that your appeal is true, then I will give you your justice.
I tell you, King of Kings, I live in a very small village called Parok. Both me and my son are farmers. We work very hard at what we do. And the criminals from the neighboring areas have been harassing people of our small village, and it's not been easy. Once again yesterday, they showed up and attacked the village out of the blue. They had taken everything of value from me. They even killed my poor son in the process of stealing it all. They killed my poor son for nothing. He did not deserve to die. In fact, I came over here to see you straight after the funeral that we had for my precious son.
Believe me, I know that to a father there is no greater grief in this life than losing his one son. I will make sure you get your justice. Tell me, who is your ruler?
Sujanpur's King Bhawani Singh and his son Ratan Singh. But now the problem is they've given shelter to the criminals instead of protecting us all against all their ferocious attacks. Now we need help.
King of Kings, Sujanpur has now become those criminals' den. There is never any justice. We have got no power there. And because we can't do anything, they have become even more daring. So much so that they rob in broad daylight.
Will you please repeat that name?
Sujanpur is close to the village of Parok where we live. And the king there is Bhawani Singh, and his son also rules, Ratan Singh.
Sukanya's marriage has been arranged with Sujanpur's king, Bhawani Singh's eldest son, Prince Ratan Singh, Your Highness.
Now there is nothing for you to be worried about. I will make sure you get the justice that you deserve. And I promise you that the one who has killed your son will be punished for it.
You know you have brought me very good news, Father. And then after coming over here, you were accused. And then I couldn't do anything either, even as Agra's queen. Or as your daughter could still not do anything.
Attention! Attention, everyone! The King of Kings is on his way. Emperor Jalaluddin Muhammad is coming, so get ready!
Do you have any idea what gives me the greatest happiness in this life? Every single time that I get to make my enemies shed tears in pain. But the good news is that I am going to waste your tears with the news that I am about to tell you. After hearing what I have to say, you won't have enough tears. Tell me, how are you going to express your pain without having any tears to cry, Jordah?
Have you done anything to my poor father that terrible?
Don't worry about that, Jordah. Your father has not been harmed and he has not been imprisoned. He is living here as a guest with all the comfort and luxury he could possibly have. However, if children are in pain, then even the happiest of fathers will have trouble finding peace and happiness when their children are suffering and in pain. That is how I am going to make your father experience pain. In spite of living in such luxury, he is going to see these poor children under house arrest. And of course he's going to want to see them. However, he won't even be able to hear their voice. So as punishment, I will not give him any contact with his children. That is when he will realize the pain. Let it be. Before I forget, I still have to give you the real news. I am on my way to Sujanpur. However, it's not to attend your sister's engagement. I am going to Sujanpur in order to ruin your beloved sister's life.
Please don't do that to her. You are angry with me, right? So why are you taking revenge on my sister? Sukanya has not done anything to you. So how has she ever wronged you in her life?
And I want to know, how did my child ever wrong you? If you were so angry with me, then you should have taken your revenge on me instead. So then tell me, I want to know, why did you commit your crime, Jordah?
King of Kings, you should be aware that you cannot call a person the culprit of a crime, and a person cannot just be punished unless any proof has been given. You have given me 10 days to get my proof. So why are you already punishing me? So please, I beg of you, do not ruin my sisters-in-laws.
The thing is, what I am about to do is a reasonable political action that I will take. Don't worry, I am not attacking Sujanpur for personal reasons. In fact, I have got a political reason for going there. Since Sujanpur's King Bhawani Singh and his son Ratan Singh, with whom your beloved sister is set to get married to one of these days, have been given shelter to criminals. And it is because of their support that the criminals killed an innocent man's son. The crime that has been committed is murder, and the punishment for such rebellion is death. It is such a strange coincidence, is it not, Jordah? It is strange to me, but it seems that these days all of the traitors are related to you somehow.
Your Highness, please don't punish my innocent father for something he hasn't done. If you think about it, what could give a father greater sorrow than when his daughter's marriage has been called off? If you want to get revenge on me, then go ahead. You can do anything you want to me. But I'm the one you want to punish, so then do that. If you want to kill me, then go ahead and kill me.
No, Jordah. If I just kill you, then who am I going to punish? That's why I will not kill you. And in fact, I am rather going to torture the life out of you. That even death will seem better to you. You will beg and plead me to rather kill you instead of torture. But now I am going to make your life even worse than death.
No, that is not right. The only reason you are going to punish them is because they are related to me.
You can think of anything that you'd like to think, Jordah. Because in the end, I have got no control over what you think now, do I? In the same way, no one can control me.
How dare you say you still have not found any evidence for me? Why are all of you so useless? Why do you still not have any evidence for me? You are all useless. You have eyes, but you still can't see.
Oh, please do excuse me. However, Queen Jordah and her brothers did not leave any evidence behind.
No one ever leaves evidence behind deliberately, you fool. Because clues are left behind by mistake, so you will have to have a sharp eye in order to see and find it, but you don't have a sharp eye now, do you? Yes, you have been given good ears to hear with, and that's why you use it to eavesdrop. So then please do the same thing with your eyes, because I have been given the responsibility to present evidence against the culprit to the King of Kings, and so that is exactly what I am going to do. I do not want to see any of your faces again, not until you have evidence for me. So please get out of here. You open this.
No, please leave it. Let me do that for you instead.
If you could have done it yourself, then that is what you would have done by now, and I would have had the evidence in my hand. So go away.
In spite of being under house arrest, you all have been called here for a good reason. I'm going to declare war against Sujanpur very soon.
Your Highness, I beg you, aren't you aware that my daughter Sukanya is going to get married? Sujanpur's one Prince Ratan Singh?
Yes, I am aware of that fact. However, do you know that Sujanpur's king and his son have been giving shelter to criminals? And now those criminals have been wreaking havoc. The Parok village is in the borders of the Mughal Empire. And that's why I am not going to tolerate this rebellious deeds in my empire. Those people have been harming my subjects, and I have received an appeal of a poor innocent man whose son was killed during those robberies. And now, after losing my own child, no one can understand the pain that he is feeling better than I can. So that is what I have decided to go for this war. And as you are my officer, you have no choice but to submit to me and provide me your army.
But Your Highness, that is going to mean that my daughter's marriage will now be called off?
I have no idea what relationship is more important to you and your family in the end. The one that has not yet been informed, or the one with me? I mean, Queen Jordah is your daughter as well, right? So then it means as the officer of the Mughal Empire, you have been given a good chance to prove your loyalty to me. So now you are just going to have to decide, King Barmal, because in the end, either of your daughters are going to be put in danger. So you'll have to think about that. So then tell me, what have you decided to do?
Attention, attention. The King of Kings is coming. The King of India, Emperor Jalaluddin Muhammad, is on his way here.
Privacy now.
Why have you sent them away, Ruqayya? They were entertaining you, weren't they?
It's fine. You have already arranged for my entertainment, my king. Just by declaring war on Parok.
Why is this war going to give you so much peace?
Because this war will steal Queen Jodah's peace away from her. Queen Jodah's sister's marriage is going to be finalized in Sujanpur. As soon as she hears about the war, that silly girl is not going to be able to sleep.
I have already made all the necessary arrangements to do that to her. The only thing you wanted was for those criminals to receive a punishment so painful that it is far worse than death would be. And so that is what I will do. I am going to wage a war with Sujanpur. However, despite the war, I am still not going to use my own sword to kill Jodah's future relatives.
Why? Are you having mercy on Queen Jodha?
Have mercy? Now that is something I do not have.
Then why won't you use your sword against them, my king?
Well, because I have got 4 more swords that I can use. Ruqay, you get most hurt in this life whenever your own sword is used to injure you. In this war, Sujanpur's people will be killed by their allies. And soon they are going to have to kill the very people who they wanted their own sister to get married to. And Jordah is going to be very hurt.
I've been wondering, if you hate Jordah so much, then why did you get married to her?
Because it was my desire to have her. I wanted to get her, and so I did that. She is just a memento of my ego's victory. However, I did not know that she will take revenge for that by killing my only child. So now I'm going to make sure that she regrets the day that she chose to take her revenge. So in these next 10 days, I am going to, each and every moment of each and every single day. And as soon as those 10 days has passed, I don't want any surviving criminals in the Parok village.
So then should we attack Parok?
No. Before we attack Parok, we will attack Sujanpur. It is all because of the help of Sujanpur's king that the criminals became so daring. And by robbing my poor subjects, it means revolting against the empire. So now we are going to have to set a good example. For the next time that any person or kings decide to rebel against my rules as well as my regulations, it is important to remember that we are going over there in order to teach them a lesson that's very important. They should find out what happens when they rebel against the King of Kings. So go and make the proper preparations. The order to march for war will be given very soon.
As you say, Your Highness.